like you said, he's got 3 rings, right? And just to clarify, none of those rings are with Toronto, right?
Is Fraser Minton going to have more points than Safkovsky this year? Fraser Minton sucks at hockey. This guy might not even be an NHLer, so we got to settle down on that one.
Adelaide, no. Minus 160 on will they show her holding a drink in her hand.
They are 2 points behind the St. Louis Blues in the wild card, and they are.
Oh, the Blues are dog water. The Blues suck. The Blues are the worst of those 4 teams that I mentioned by a mile.
And
they're not a good hockey team.
Care, like have some set of balls, have some response, have some pride for what the hell goes on the ice. It's so absurd.
I'm looking forward to the parade, but that's going to be later in the year.
I'd rather have so money in that than have Alber Soderblom. I would rather stack a bunch of garbage that I have in the corner of my room over here than have Alber Soderblom in that. He's
March 26th, welcome back to Edgework, presented by Stacks. I'm Zack Phillips, joined here on this fine Tuesday morning with Tabs and Tabs here, or Alex Moretto and Matt Russell, as they actually start to continue or start to close some tabs here with the wrapping up of March Madness, the finalization, not as many teams, not as many conferences, not as much spring training. You don't have to worry about that. So we're funneling everything in, our focus into the end of the regular season in the NHL here. And that's exactly what we're going to do today as we take you through the 12 NHL games on tonight's slate. We'll break those down, give out our best bet, answer questions in the chat if you guys got them. I also put up a poll there, guys, to start the show today. How disgusting should we get on the Disgusting Brothers show? 4 options. 1, keep it squeaky clean. 2, just a tad dirty. 3, pigs in a pen. 4, Hawks, Sharks, minus 1.5 parlay type stuff. So if you're watching right now and you haven't already, vote on the poll, like the stream, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, all that good stuff. But before we can get into anything here today, I want to remind people that if you haven't already, you should be signed up at Stacks Betting Exchange. If you're sick of getting limited and profiled, Stacks is a unique sports betting exchange that offers higher limits and better pricing. Stacks offers a fair and real-time marketplace for users to bet on the outcome of sporting events, offering better odds in a peer-to-peer marketplace. Stacks is the best option for anyone who wants to wager on live sports. Make sure to add Stacks to your list of outs and sign up today. You can get commission-free trading when you sign up now. The option is yours at Stacks. So make sure to sign up, head on over there, and if you do want to join the conversation, click the link to join the Discord in the description of the show, on podcast, YouTube, however you consume the content. Mr. Russell, how does it feel to start closing some of those tabs? Is it like a weight off your shoulders?
Yeah, man, it's a full-on Tony Montana situation. Say hello to my little friend. Just absolutely drilling these tabs out of my life. Miak.
Yeah, it's free.
Bye-bye. Summit League, check you later. Big West, hardly knew ye. So I know we said like a month ago we were going to start trying on this show on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
We're now really starting to try today. So, it's going to be, I don't know. It might not be good. Who knows?
Moretto, you get up early this morning, get in the lab.
I'm in the lab. I've been in the lab, living in the lab.
Living in the lab, nice.
Very happy that spring training is coming to an end. I just wearing my little baseball shirt today in honor of the last day of spring training. Oddly enough, I think regular season baseball is a lot less time consuming. So, yeah, big weight off. Going to gear up for playoffs here. Focus where the focus needs to be, and let's win about 15 bets tonight, because I think that's what we have.
Alex, I saw that the Sugarland Space Cowboys got a win yesterday in spring training over the Astros. Any comment? Should we be worried about the Astros going forward with the Space Cowboys getting a big W?
They're a wagon. They're a wagon.
A wagon.
Everybody's always saying that.
Yeah, they're not even from this planet. So, good for them. Big win. Honestly, I don't even know that game existed, because you can't bet on those games. So I paid zero attention.
Can't bet on those games? Oh, man.
No, you can't. You unfortunately cannot bet on the Sugar Cowboys or the Space Cowboys or whatever they are.
Shohei Ohtani might have been.
Yeah, well, I mean.
Fair.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Not alleged. Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, if you don't think I might have had a minus 1.5 Del Mexico Diablos Royos and Sugarland Space Cowboys parlay, if we were in an alternate universe and we could have this show but talking about spring training games and Disgusting Brothers plays, I think that was somebody out there with some backwoods bookie cash big with the Sugarland Space Cowboys and the Del Mexico Diablos Royos.
And Jonte Porter unders.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. The Jonte Porter needs a translator, boys. Yeah. There you go. I'll fill in if that's the role that we can get there and spray $4.5 million like Ipe when Shohei. But we got a bunch of bets here today, boys. A lot of bets. So let's not waste any more time. As you know, it looks like our chat is. Never mind. I was gonna say somewhat reasonable. No, we've got 28% at just a tad dirty. We've got 28% at Hawks Sharks parlay type stuff. The 22 and 22 on pigs in a pen and keep it squeaky clean. So it's balanced, I guess, either way. But yeah, there's a lot more sickos than there are anything else here in our chat. So let's get started with tonight's games, and let's first head out to Pittsburgh, where Moretto's least favorite team potentially in the NHL, the Pittsburgh Penguins, are hosting the Carolina Hurricanes. Pittsburgh plus 163, best price available. The Hurricanes minus 180, a total of 6 right now. We see some 6.5s popping up with some plus money to the over. Moretto, are you going to be causing chaos here tonight?
Not causing chaos, not taking warning, none of those things.
Okay.
Although I do think that
storm surge.
Yeah.
There's a surge of some sort, and that's a goal surge,
Okay.
because we are on the over tonight. Yeah, this profiles as a heavy over game. Canes have not been like pristine defensively, but they are just generating offense at just an insane rate right now. These two teams last like 10 games or so are second or first and third in total expected goals per 60 at 5-on-5. Pittsburgh is going to be able to get some offense going right now against Carolina. They've been doing so pretty consistently, regardless of matchup. They've done it against some very good teams. The schedule has been a bit of a gauntlet lately, and they are consistently generating offense after that little lull they had. Carolina is doing it against everyone, so there's no reason why they won't do it against a Pittsburgh team that is just bleeding chances right now. So I don't think this should be 6. This should definitely be more to flat 6.5. So yeah, over 6 up to like minus 120-ish. Otherwise, the 6.5s plus money are good for me.
Okay, so over 6 minus 117 there. We'll grab best price available right now. Mr. Russell, has this Carolina team gotten mixed in the shuffle of the other 3 Carolina teams still competing in a certain other tournament right now?
That's right. I think they have a real chance to make the Final Four. The only thing I was going to say on this game is, like, if this was October, November, and it probably wouldn't be priced this way. If this was October, November, like we'd be playing the clip because I'd be on the Penguins tonight, right? From a numbers perspective. That being said, like, I think this Penguins team is dead, right? And we've hit this point in the season where you really got to be careful with who gives a bleep and who doesn't give a bleep at this point in time, right? And so Alex is right. Like, they might lose this game 7-0, and Alex's over might hit just on the idea, of chances. So, I much prefer sort of the angle of taking the over in this game than any side, because, again, I think there's technical value on the Penguins, but this Penguins team is a no bet for me the rest of the way. They went from sort of lingering in playoff contention, and I don't know, you blame the Jake Getzel, sort of the message that trade sent or whatever, but no, this team's toast. They're 8 points, something like that, out of the playoff spot with a handful of teams in between. Even at their quote unquote best, right? Again, like, it's just not been good. So, why mess around with that? So even Tom Wamsgans over here, disgusting brother, can't necessarily get in on this sort of this team at this point, or at any point. They're done.
Yep. Yeah, fair enough. All right, there you go. First bet of the day locked in. We got over 6 minus 117 in that game there. And again, we will recap all of these at the very end of the show. So if you're interested in seeing all of our picks for the day, stay till the very end. That's when we will go through every single one that we've given out here with the prices we locked them in at and every game that we've gone through. So continuing on the board here, as everyone in the chat continues to hit that like. I mean, we got tabs and tabs here, but Rich says like and like here. Yeah, if that's what you are, if you're watching in the chat right now, hit that like button. If you're watching after the fact as well, you can still hit the like button. It still helps the show. We do appreciate it. But next, let's go out to Sunrise, Florida, where the Panthers are hosting the Boston Bruins. In Florida here tonight, minus 130, the Bruins plus 120. Totals of 6 and 5.5 right now. Matt, are you going to be on on lookout here? Is it time to hunt?
That's what the Panthers.
Oh,
right?
you have the hashtags just ready to go. Just firing today. Just firing.
Just he liked the tweet from the start of the season from the NHL that just listed everybody's hashtag, and now he's just been waiting in the weeds to fire these off. Much like a panther does, right? Seeking its prey. And I think the Panthers have some prey tonight against the Bruins. I think we're getting a bit of a discount here with some of the injuries that have kind of struck the Panthers over the last couple of days. At least that's my sort of, assigning why this money line is as low as it is to Florida. I would have been fine with anything sort of in the minus 140 range. We're looking at, what are we at now, Zach, here?
130.
It's up to minus 130. So that earlier minus 123. Obviously we've gotten a little bit away from that, but I think there's still a little meat left on this bone here for the Panthers at minus 130, which seems to be pretty across the board. We don't get that many, we don't get that much agreeance in the marketplace when it comes to money lines in the NHL on this show that often. But everybody seems to think minus 130 is the price, and I think minus 130 is the price to play the Panthers.
And you can grab that at Stacks there as well. So if you haven't signed up, now might be the time. Maybe the first bet you place at Stacks will be the Panthers minus 130. But as Matt said, right across the board. Moretto, you have any opinions on this game tonight?
I do lean Panthers. I kind of want to see for sure the Forson's going to play. I feel pretty comfortable that he's going to play just because he was day to day with that. Like, it was an illness. It wasn't an injury. He was a game time decision on I think Saturday it was. So the fact that he was a game time decision already with an illness, I would imagine that he's going to play. I think Barkov is closer to returning. I don't expect him to be back tonight. Ekblad, same thing. But yeah, would lean Panthers. Didn't play it though. I played the under here. That's the way I played under 6 minus 113. What do we have going here?
Minus 115.
Minus 115s, minus 117 is fine too. Yeah. All those numbers are pretty good. This is just, the Bruins are back to playing very good defensive hockey. They've kind of got back to their roots here as we start to approach playoff time near the end of the season. They're kind of getting back to what they do best. Florida defensively, not necessarily the case. Obviously, they've been dealing with injuries, though, like the loss of Forsling and Ekblad and stuff kind of contribute to that. But they're not generating a ton either. So this obviously being a very, very big game for the division / President's Trophy / all that sort of stuff. I think we're going to see sort of a playoff atmosphere here, a much more tense game. That's definitely the game that Boston wants to play here. So yeah, under 6 for me, and hopefully the Panthers can cash so that we can get all those Atlantic Division futures that we have can start to come through. Yeah, low event hockey. Low event hockey is what I would expect from this one.
Yeah, low event hockey. Cash, get some wins here, cash some futures. It'll be a good day. And there you go, Charles. Boots on the ground tonight for our Florida Panthers.
Do we factor that into the money line? That's like a 3% boost at least for Florida. At least,
this
right?
might have been. We're taking Matt's 1 unit play, and we're going Super Megalodon, Max Whale, Big Bomb Banger, Tornado Torpedo, Cause Chaos, Hunting Time.
Oh, that's
Predator
a lot. You went back to 1994 for the hashtags there.
There's 4 different times I thought you were going to stop, and you didn't. You kept going.
No, we kept going. That's what happens when you get someone from Edgework boots on the ground at a game. That's the value that goes into it. There you go. 2 bets in the same game. Lock those ones in, and we'll continue on with the schedule tonight. And this one, I kind of want to skip this game. I know we have a best bet in it, but I just don't want to give Alber the satisfaction of talking about this team because he thinks that the world revolves around them, I guess. But the New York Rangers, minus 175, best price available here tonight. You can find that one at Stacks. You find on the other side, plus 160 on the Flyers, and mostly totals of 6 out there. There's a couple of bunch 5.5s popping up now, or moving towards the 6. Moretto, what are your thoughts on this game? Do you have any bets for us here?
I do, and now I'm a little bit more in flux, and maybe I shouldn't have pulled the trigger so quickly. The Rangers are a luck box team, and they're not glad Alber's in the chat for this. They are frauds, and we are going to bet against them here.
There we go.
We are going to bet against the Rangers. I bet the Flyers plus 160, but I don't know. Molly Walker, I'm just following her on Twitter right now. She's Truba's on the ice in a regular jersey. Lindgren's on the ice in a regular jersey. I don't know what that means. It's an optional skate. Are they just back kind of like getting a workout in? I would like to think because it's an optional skate, they're just here getting some work in since they've been out for a long time. I hope they don't play tonight. I very much bet this thinking that Lindgren, Trouba, and Gustafsson were all going to be out. So I still think that will be the case. But yeah, definitely a little bit more concerned here. If those guys do end up playing, I think there will be a hard pivot to the under as well. But for now, I'm on the Flyers. Flyers plus 160 are good. They're playing good hockey. Like, they're generating a lot of offense. The Rangers are still generating absolutely nothing. They're not like the Rangers are not worthy of this price tag at all, especially against a team that's been battling night in, night out, has a lot to play for still with this playoff spot on the line. I like this spot. I just really hope that we don't get some surprise Trouba, Lindgren playing thing. Like, the Rangers just fuck me sideways every single time I go near their games. God.
Oh my God. I'm so happy that this is going on right now. This is playoff hockey vibes that we're getting here, Matt. Like, this is amp up the intensity, call the Rangers frauds, piss off Alber. Like, this is heading in the right direction here. It feels like playoff hockey's coming around the corner.
Yeah, we're doing it, everybody. We are we're living.
We didn't even play the clip because it's not even disgusting because the Rangers just suck. It's just not even a disgusting bet. Wow. Betting against the Rangers, this is just a normal bet, very normal.
Okay,
Matt, are you also going to give me clippable material here or what?
I'm not. I'm staying after the second to last statement from Moretto. There, I'm Homer Simpsoning into the bush here. I was never here. I don't know what you guys are talking about. No, this isn't. It's a no play for me. I don't disagree with anything that Alex has said necessarily. Obviously a lot of uncertainty on the D line there with what guys jerseys or what jerseys guys are wearing to their morning skate. Good luck.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Let's see how this one goes because. At least, you know what? We should find out if Alber bet on the Rangers tonight. And then if he did, I think we're fine, Moretto. I think we should be okay. So, no, if we get that confirmation, we should be okay. We might as well lock in a loser here in the next one, and you'll understand why when we get to it here. The Washington Capitals playing against the Detroit Red Wings. Washington minus 110. Best price available right now. You can find Detroit plus 106. At Stacks, best price on the other side right now, showing on the bet stamp screen there. And we're seeing totals of 6, some 6.5s here as well. Matt, what do you got for us here, and why is this one going to be a loser?
Honestly, it's going to be a loser because what are we supposed to expect from any team right now, right? And I know we've sort of danced around it with some of these teams that are like quasi playing for playoffs, spots, and obviously there's a few teams that are battling for like the last wild card or whatever. But like a lot of these teams, last week, right? It's like Toronto against Philadelphia. Toronto basically no shows, right? And then the very next night, it's like, how about we just absolutely railroad Washington, which is a team that like has gotten themselves into the playoff hunt, right? And it's just like, how's it going to lose? Because this bleep is getting as random as it can possibly get at this point, right? And some of these teams that are losing on Tuesdays are winning on Wednesdays, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't know how. I mean, listen, this is a coin flip type game that I think leans heavily towards, at least relatively heavily towards the Capitals here. I have them sort of at about a 55.6% chance of winning the game. So I'm looking for anything at minus 120 or better, and we're getting minus 110, and pretty much better than minus 120 across the board. So yeah, like I expect within reason the Capitals to kind of keep it going here. And, we've on a weekly basis or potentially daily basis, I'm not sure, have whatever the opposite of singing the praises of the Detroit Red Wings, right? We've been singing the negative of the Detroit Red Wings here. So yeah, this is to me, Capitals still a buy team. The Red Wings still kind of a sell team. And yeah, like it's honestly not much more complicated than that.
Well, Matt set it up there for why this one could potentially be a loser, as could any bet that we give out. But Moretto, why don't you put the nail in the coffin and explain exactly why this one is done for before it even started?
Yeah, double best bet against the Wings. That'll do it. That'll do it. Timing is perfect. I just got confirmation that Charlie Lindgren was in net, so that's nice because we want that here for this one. That's a little bit that's ideal. He started a number of games in a row, so I was a little bit concerned. But yeah, the Caps have been the better team. Like no matter the sample size, you want to look at the last 2 weeks, last month, since the All-Star break, Christmas, start of the year, whatever. They have been the better team. And yeah, there's a bug going around this Detroit team right now too, which kind of plays into things a little bit. Like, is everyone going to be in there? I know Jeff Petrie has it. He's a game time decision. Jake Wallman's battling an injury. He's a game time decision. He's logged a lot of tough minutes this year. And Alex Lyon he's turned back into a pumpkin again. 7 goals above expected he's allowed over his last 8 starts. He's just kind of lost his game. He was playing way over his head for a little while. He starts playing poorly. The shooting regression comes. It's all kind of regressing here a little bit. So let's take the Caps to neuter their playoff hopes.
Some are saying Lion has turned into something of a lamb.
Oh, wow!
I left one on the table there.
Yeah, that's fine. We got clean up on aisle 3. We got this.
Yeah,
we're good.
Yeah, no unders in this game. I was actually I was on the Caps regardless, but if it was Kemper, I would have actually potentially added an over there. But with Lindgren there's nothing for me on the total.
All right, keep it moving here. Double best bet in that one. We'll grab the Caps -110, and moving on, we're going to now look at the Vegas Golden Knights +128 at Stacks on the road here to take on the Nashville Predators. In Nashville, -139, best price on them. We're seeing some 6s, some 6.5s out there right now. But Moretto, how is it that you're approaching this game?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not stepping in front of the wagon that is the Predators right now, right? We're gearing up for playoffs. People say we've peaked. We haven't peaked. We're only getting started. So just give it some time. There's a couple upsets coming in the first round. That being said, I am not putting my money where my mouth is and laying it with them. I am in fact on the under here in this game though. What's the best price we kind of got going right now?
There's under 6 +105. We're seeing some 6.5s -120s. -1.
We'll go
closer
the
to
plus money
130.
6s are more available. So we'll go with the plus money 6s than the -120 6.5. Yeah, I mean, last 10 games, these two are number 1 and number 2 in the NHL in expected goals against per 60 at 5-on-5. So Vegas back to playing suffocating defense, giving up very, very little. That is kind of how they are built. And that is obviously how the Predators are built. That is what they do best. That is the root of why they're having this success lately. So, I mean, low event hockey, right? Peter Panic said it. You just have that comment on repeat. Just keep bringing it back up. I think it's going to be a lot more of the same tonight. This matchup very much profiles as a heavy under. It is a back-to-back for Vegas too, so maybe contributes to a little bit of a slower pace. Probably will get Yuri Patera in net because Aiden Hill is out, didn't travel for the start of this road trip. And Thompson played last night, so he's not great. He's not horrible. Like Aiden Hill's been pretty brutal anyway, so it is what it is. I'm not too worried about that. There's also a chance we get Logan Thompson too. They've been alternating. I think he hasn't played so much hockey that he can't handle a back-to-back here. Every point is so important. So wouldn't be surprised if they went with him on back-to-back nights. But yeah, regardless, under 6 for me here.
Before we get thoughts from Matt, our friend, the right wing fan there, says under 6.5 -130 thoughts.
Would prefer the plus money 6 than the -130.
Okay, and Matt, we'll go to you here to close this one out and see what else you've got for us in this game, if anything else.
Yeah, nothing else. I always kind of interesting when there's 2 games in the NHL on one night, and then one of those teams has to go play a back-to-back the next day. It's like, I'm sorry, you didn't have a pool of teams that could have played on an 11-game slate that you didn't have to. Not that I'm not pitying Vegas. You know my stance on my desire to have Vegas extricate themselves from the playoff picture. Fingers crossed that the Predators win as heavy favorites here, but the back-to-back has been factored into my numbers. Obviously the constant stream of injuries for the Golden Knights has been factored in, and that's why I have this as basically sort of almost completely accurately priced in the market. So no play for me, but yeah, fingers crossed that the Predators don't bleep this up tonight.
All right, well, a few things before we can move on to the next game. I'm looking here right now. Less than 50% of the people who are watching the stream have liked it. That's just not good enough because at this point, we've got still. I'm looking. We've got potentially five best bets remaining here still that we haven't even gotten to, and 50%, less than 50% of the people watching have liked the stream. Like, we've already given out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 best bets here so far. That's a lot. That's a lot of volume. And on top of that, yesterday, real good day for the show. 2-1 last night. Big plus money winner. We moved to 312, 324, 312, 324, and 12 on the year. 2.6% ROI. We're up 20.5 units here on the season. Get those likes up. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications. Like, we're breaking down games on the day of and giving out best bets and still winning money for people here.
We don't have to give the rest of the best bets out. We could just go if people don't want to like it. We can just pack it in, guys. I got 20 less. I got 20 less tabs on my laptop. I got all kinds of freedom. All right, I'd be out there living my life right now, but instead, we're out here handing out pickies, just trying to get some likes for our guys. All right, let's tighten it up out there. Come on.
Yeah, let's dial in here. Yes. All right. Well, let's keep moving.
For God's sakes.
Low event likes.
Low event likes is right. Well. Let's take a look here at the Winnipeg Jets and the Edmonton Oilers game tonight, where we can find a best price on the Jets, plus 112 at Stacks. You see minus 119 on the Oilers. Sixes, for the most part, is the most common number that we're seeing as a total in this game. We see a little bit of 6.5 out there, but Matt, you've got a best bet for us in this game.
Yeah, we've abandoned ship or abandoned plane on the Winnipeg Jets, particularly their division. The division futures, the 10-1 division futures that they were just, hanging in there. You can see we're getting a little separation now. Not all that surprising, right? Colorado and Dallas with basically, I think they're 8-2 in their last 10, whereas Winnipeg is kind of just trucking along at 5-5. Oilers, losing to the Leafs. You hate to see it. But they're going to be fired up. They're going to be ready to go here in this game. From a value perspective, my price that I was looking for was minus 135, pretty widely available at minus 120. So, a couple percentage points there. And that's all I need to take the Oilers. And I think what is a pretty decent spot here against a Jets team that, like I said, is kind of just, it's not crash and burn necessarily, but it's more just kind of finding their level, finding the right, altitude to fly at. And right. I think they were kind of flying a little too high, right? Where the pilot was sort of like, what, guys, we got to drop this thing, about 5,000. This could be a bit of an issue if we're up this high. We're not built for this. So I think the Oilers in this case, hopefully, knock on wood, are built for this. We're going to take the Oilers minus 120 or better.
All right, perfect.
Sasha Barkov and Forsling are back in the lineup tonight.
Baby!
Wow! There you go.
We did it, everybody.
Look at that. We did it. Oilers minus 119 we'll grab there. That is the best price. Minus 120 is pretty widely available. Minus 125's out there as well. So you can grab any of those. Moretto, you were finding ways to make money off this Oilers team a lot earlier in the season. Commonly the Undertaker, meme coming out whenever we'd see this team playing. Is there any way you're approaching this one that you're finding some value tonight? Or is this just keep it moving, skip over this?
Yeah, this is a keep it moving. Try and talk as I bet on the Florida Panthers here in real time. So we have maybe a double best bet going there.
Good. Yep.
Yeah. Apologies in advance for that. But nothing on this game. I agree with the Jets being a team I'm not really looking to back at any point. You kind of would expect a response from both teams, maybe just obviously like the Oilers losing that game on Saturday, a bit uncharacteristically. Almost came back from 5-0 down in third period, which would have been but wasn't meant to be. Obviously Austin Matthews with his empty netter, just padding the stats, just embarrassing stuff. But yeah,
some are calling him the Vernon Wells. Some are calling him the Vernon Wells of the Toronto Maple Leafs. I'm not. I've just heard that out in the
checks out.
Wild.
It checks out.
3-run homers, up or down 3 runs.
Scumbags.
The Jets also not a great weekend for them. The back-to-back losses, they got absolutely caved in by the Isles, and then lost to Washington in a game where they definitely deserve a little better. But yeah, they haven't been. They're not a team I care to back. Would agree, Oilers are nothing here. Hopefully the Oilers can take advantage of the Canucks regulation loss last night and bring these Pacific futures a little bit back from the dead.
We got dead. It's essentially a dead future battle here.
Yeah, it's basically what's happening right now.
It's just a couple of guys talking themselves into stuff here, but
just let me sweat until the last week at least.
Yeah, just don't throw that Y up on the board. Just don't put that Y up on the board.
Yeah,
whatever, X or Y or whatever it is on the standings.
All right, 2 more games that we potentially have 2 bets in. I don't know if it's better or worse that they're not the same bet, but let's go to the Calgary-Chicago game where the Blackhawks are hosting Calgary here. Blackhawks plus 158, again, best price available at Stacks. I don't know if anyone else out there is noticing a theme, but I am. The amount of times we pull up games and the best price is available at Stacks. Why would you not be betting the best price available? That's where you should be. Blackhawks plus 158, Calgary Flames minus 170, again, at Stacks. Surprise, surprise. And we're seeing some 5.5s, heavily juiced to the over there, mostly 6s across the board right now. Matt, do you have any bets for us in this game? I know that there's stuff you were looking at. I know Moretto does have a bet in this game, but have you been able to get there? Do you have something for us in this one?
Yeah, and I have a little edge on the Flames, which, fading the Blackhawks and having an edge on the team against the Blackhawks isn't something that I'm all that used to necessarily.
Yeah.
So I don't really know kind of how to attack it, because I also don't really want to lay the -1. I had it as low as -169. I don't know if we're kind of 170. Yeah, so the same thing. Yeah, so -170 is still a price that I think is somewhat valuable in these cases where, listen, I'm not looking to fight the Blackhawks in overtime. So, if I think that it's worth laying the -170, I'd rather just do it in regulation. I think you're pretty close to even money with the Flames in regulation. So I haven't betted just yet, but that's kind of what I'm looking at here. Would like to, kind of dig deeper into the goaltending matchup. But yeah, it's probably going to be a small bet on the Flames in regulation here at, there's a -104, I think, was out in the marketplace. So could be on the Flames. So I don't know if that helps anybody necessarily out there, but maybe it does, maybe it doesn't.
Okay, so could be on the Flames, not there quite yet, but Moretto, you do have a bet in this one.
Yes, I do. This is I'm on the over here tonight, so high event hockey. Hopefully we get the rival of our low event friend. The Flames have been very much playing high event hockey for a little while now.
So dumb.
Our low event friend.
Yeah.
That's good.
Anyways, the Flames, high event hockey. That's what they're playing. That's what they're doing. They're giving up chances in bunches. And it's kind of understandable when you trade 3 of your top 4 D-men mid-season. So yeah, I would expect them to continue to do so. Generating a ton of offense themselves. Hawks giving up goals like they cure cancer. It's offensively, they've ticked up a little bit. It's a disgusting.
You're on one right now. Yeah.
The Blackhawks give up a ton of goals. They're generating some offense with Bedard back. They're doing a little bit. There's signs of life there at least. They should be able to get stuff going against this Florida team. So against this Calgary team, sorry. I'm trying to coordinate with lineups and multiple things going on here. The Tabs are back. They're back with a vengeance. This is
we were so close.
Oh my God, revenge of the Tabs,
close, man. Oh, new lineup drop, and then you get all sidetracked and everything goes to shit. But yes, over 6. Give me the over 6 in this game. Happy with that at the prices that are widely available. I think the 110s are widely available. So yeah, and also a chance to get Soderblom in that for tonight too. They've been alternating back and forth, but honestly, it doesn't matter because Mrazek has fallen off a cliff. So either way, going to be some rough goaltending, hopefully from Chicago.
Ideally.
Well, the rival of our low event friend, so we'll take the over for high event hockey there.
Like the two of them cross each other in the street and just kind of crook eye each other.
Yeah. That's how I picture it.
We're friends with both of them, so it's they've never asked us to pick sides, but they can't be invited to the same hang.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, final game that we're looking at, and again, same situation as last one. Potential for 2 bets, not the same bets. So good, bad, I don't know, but We've got the Seattle Kraken and the Anaheim Ducks. Seattle -200, the Ducks +184, and a total of 5.5 right across the board here again. And Matt, you had another maybe on this one, something you were looking at. Have you been able to get there? You've had 35 minutes to sit on this one, maybe even longer since you sent it.
Right.
Have you built up the courage to bet that?
No. It was gonna be the same kind of deal as the Flames, right? With the Kraken in regulation, with a price tag, upwards to -125. It's just like, not with this Kraken team, not with what they're rolling out there lately. It's been grotesque. So,
grotesque.
Yeah, it's that. Yeah, we can move on with our lives without sweating out the Kraken to actually show up for 60 minutes for a change.
Fair enough. Okay.
I know that offended 0 people in the comment section.
Yeah.
You can talk bleep about the Kraken all you like, and nobody ever says anything. So
no, everyone's on the same page as you, I think, with that.
Yeah.
Moretto, you do have a bet for us here, though, don't you?
Yeah, we're back with our friend Low Event Hockey here for an under 5.5 for me. What do we have widely available here? Price wise, we got -105, -104, perfect. Yeah, that is good for me. This Ducks team is in the midst of one of the worst offensive runs we've seen from any team this season. Like, they're putting up numbers that Chicago kind of did when they didn't have Bedard. So it's been pretty brutal. It feels like they've borderline given up on the season. Kraken definitely profile as a heavy under team, low volume offense, but their defensive numbers haven't necessarily mirrored that as of late. But like, they very much are so. If you look at those numbers kind of versus bad teams instead, their schedule has been a bit of a gauntlet this month. Against good offenses, yeah, they can be had. They're just not a good hockey team. That's what happens. Against bad teams, though, they have put up some excellent defensive numbers. You look at like the game against Montreal the other night, even Grubauer was just terrible. 1.3 expected goals against, 1 against Arizona, 0.8 against the Islanders. Like, they are capable of putting in very good defensive efforts against bad offenses, and that's what the Ducks are here. Don't expect Seattle to light the lamp either, so under 5.5 for me is good.
Under 5.5, -104. We'll grab that one at for best price available on tonight's game. Wow, what a slate of games that we have here, and a ton of best bets. I think that'll do it for the games that we have. No one in the chat seemed to have that.
And we haven't even gotten to the best part yet. All right, San Jose Sharks against the Dallas Stars.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. We're not doing that.
You don't want to bet in that one, Matt?
Well, you know what? Part of me says there would be nothing more sort of symmetrically perfect than the Sharks beating Dallas. Was it 2 weeks, 3 weeks after the 6-3 lead evaporation?
Yeah.
In Stars Sharks. Like, of course, the second time around, the Sharks will win this game. That being said, at least the last time I looked, it's actually a little bit worse of a price. I think if you'll recall, we were pretty close to +400, if not at +400 in that game. So I think that, for one, that shows that I think we had a decent price going into that game relative to where it is, a couple weeks later. But two, we've seen what the Sharks are capable of here when it comes to no lead is safe, et cetera, right? So, no, I think it's a fair price here. If it got to +400, we'd have a conversation that needed to be had. That being said, because we're not going to bet it, congratulations to the San Jose Sharks for pulling off a victory.
Yeah. Sharks money line, Sharks and reg, Sharks -1.5, yeah. Like whatever way you
2.5. Some are saying 2.5.
-2.5. Yeah. Why not? Why not tonight?
Sharks by mercy rule. We didn't even know existed.
Yeah. All right. Well, that'll do it for today's best bets. All the games got through those rather quickly, but I think today was a pretty good show, gentlemen. We think we did a good job here. Recapping the bets, which you can find in the BetStamp app in the Find Better section as Edgework HQ. But for everyone who's watching right now, if you haven't already, hit the like button. Hit it now.
What's the situation? How do we know if it was a good show or not, unless we know how many likes we got?
We're slightly above 50% of the viewers have hit likes.
Not a great show. Not a great show.
It's a okay show.
Could have been better, apparently.
Could have been much better, apparently. Yeah, not enough for everyone to hit that like.
Could have been better. Sorry, guys.
As for what our best bets are for tonight's games, we are looking at a lot. So bear with me here. Let's start with Carolina Pittsburgh. We're taking over 6 minus 117. We're also going to go Flyers money line against the New York Rangers plus 160. We're taking the Bruins Panthers under 6 minus 115. We are also taking Panthers money line minus 130. We're going to go with the Washington Capitals money line against the Detroit Red Wings there minus 110. In the Vegas-Nashville game, we're going under 6 plus 105. Edmonton money line against Winnipeg Jets minus 119. The Flames Blackhawks over 6 minus 108. And the Ducks Kraken under 5.5 minus 104. That's all-time disgusting right there. That is, this is a beautiful card, but just disgusting with the sheer volume that has been displayed here today. But I'm excited for it, gentlemen. I am very excited for it. I appreciate you guys taking the time to do this here today, to walk us through this massive card, to break down the games, give out your best bets. Matt, we'll see you back here next Tuesday.
Always.
Continue to get disgusting again. Moretto, who knows when we'll see you? You got men's league stuff tonight. There's a chance you're out till 4 a.m. Like,
you know,
all I'll say is I went to a concert last week and I was there the next day. Just saying.
You want to be hungover? Hungover, 2-game slate, talking to Alber. I mean, that's just like that's rough. I mean, yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know if we can spend 30 minutes talking about Sabres, Senators. I think it is tomorrow. I mean, geez, that's rough.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that is tough. He's gonna try to rope us into talking about the Rangers and all that.
Well,
shit.
no, he won't, because after they lose to the Flyers tonight, he's gonna.
He won't want
Then maybe I'll
it.
join the show. Then
Right.
my odds go way up. Yeah.
How many guys? How many guys do you have on the show on Friday to break down Devils Sabres, the lone game on the
lone game, man.
Oh my god. I try not to look at these because they just
Octobox?
disappoint me.
You know, Octobox.
Like I just try to not. Wear Flyers gear tomorrow. I think we should try to find a way. Maybe I'll see if I can get some
I'd have to
Flyers
incorporate
gear.
some baseball, some more like I don't know, some March Madness content. Maybe Matt circles back around Friday morning. You know, we're just gonna do a sports show. Just a sports show on Edgeworth Friday morning.
A bunch of guys talking. Just
just dudes being dudes. You know.
Yeah, just trying to figure some stuff out.
Yeah,
one game at a time.
All right. Well, thanks to everyone who tuned in here today. We appreciate you guys taking the time to watch with us. If you haven't already, sign up at Stacks Betting Exchange, commission-free trading when you sign up right now. Join the Discord to join the conversation, talk about games, talk about positions you're looking to have filled, or if you're looking to fill positions that other people are already posting, you can find them in there as well. So make sure to sign up for the Discord. Thanks again to everyone who tuned in. Enjoy the games tonight. We'll see you guys back here tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Good luck on your bets.